Consider yourself very lucky because you got a roof over your head. You can manage to eat 3 times a day. You have your family to support you whenever you needed them. There are people like me and all these guys who's living in a rat hole, right? We're waiting for that opportunity, and yet that opportunity is not there yet. So, you cannot complain about, oh, your car is this old, you have an old television set. Man, you guys are so lucky. I mean, if you're going to put yourself in our situation, you probably would not survive in a week. But us, poverty, did you see the way we're living? Water, we have no drainage. You see how small my room is. And yet, every day we persevere. Every morning we say, Lord, give us more strength and energy so we can survive for the day. We have to find work. We have to find that opportunity, which you guys already have. And yet for us, we're still waiting for God to give us that opportunity. Be thankful of what you got. Have that satisfaction in your life. Because if you're going to reflect on your own life compared to us, you guys are very lucky. So we wish to see you back here in the Philippines. Keep it safe and be happy. Did you ever notice? He noticed it. Like all the kids out here are very happy, regardless. Regardless, we don't have much money, and yet we can manage to smile.
All right, Shalom, Akim Shalom. Hey, Yabashmal Shai Baraka Thumb. Before I start, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostle, the elder bishops of the great millstone. All right, welcome back to another GMS Inspiration of the Almighty. And as you can hear, I'm in transit. I do have my tablet with me, and if I come to a stop, I'll be able to grab some of the stuff that I have jotted down. But nonetheless, as you can see the title, it could always be worse. Be grateful. It could always be worse. Be grateful. Be grateful to who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Be grateful to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because it could always be worse. Now, in the beginning of this in transit, I placed that clip in the beginning, which the elder brother Barak has shared. And ever since I had seen the video, it's just a reality check. And I thank Yahweh Shema Shai for putting a spirit on that brother to have always reminded us brothers about being thankful and being grateful. Every time I think about being thankful and grateful, that brother's voice cut in my head immediately. Ever since I've known that brother had pushed that on us, saying that the brother has come from that third world country and the different experience of the brother's life. So he reminds us, brethren, a lot of us, you didn't grew up in America, or all of us, I'm sorry, a lot of us have grew up in America and became spoiled, just plain and clear. We got a lot of bitch assness up in us, man, because we learned it growing up in a society, and we become entitled when the Heavenly Father don't owe us nothing. Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai don't owe you shit. But in the contrary wise, we owe our lives to Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, and we are the creation of the Lord anyway. You know what I'm saying? As I said, we've become indebted. We've become indebted. So, yes, brothers and little amount of sisters out there, this world is jacked up. Your situation is all messed up. A lot of us burning for women. A lot of us, having financial struggles. A lot of us have ailments that just mentally break you down a lot. And, we go through a lot of different things. But remember, it could always be worse. And to be thankful. Be thankful. Be grateful. Be thankful and be grateful. Okay? Because it could always be worse. Now, I'm here on dictionary.com. And it's an idiom. It could always, things could be worse. And it says, this is what it means. A somewhat positive response to a question about one's well-being. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong one. I'm reading the wrong one here. Let me say it all over again. Define what it means. It could be worse. Here we go. It says, it could be worse. It is used the suggestion that a situation could be more negative or distorted than it actually is. So brothers out there and little mountain sisters, man, look, man, we here. We know who we are. Okay? We know what the Heavenly Father in His name is, and we know what to do, what we need to do in order to receive salvation. And we understand why we're catching all this hell. We understand clearly why we're catching all this hell. So we're not lost in our mind or anything of the sort. We're not lost in any factor. The Heavenly Father has blessed us with the mysteries. The Heavenly Father has opened up our mind so that we're not walking around like blind men. All right, so that's just overall the most thankfulest thing you could receive right now, because you could compare yourself with the average everyday person walking around, and you just see how they harm themselves. They put tattoos all over their body. They're mistreating their sexuality. They're having sex with any and everything. All right, they fill their bodies with negative music and abominable foods all day, and they don't understand what they're doing. They're just doing it out of pleasure and not knowing it's wrong. The Lord could have left you like that. You see? So going back to the clip in the beginning of the video, there was a guy in the Philippines, and he was showing how the struggle in the Philippines is different. He didn't have no drainage system. He had to get the water out with a bucket. You know, even the most terrible hoods in Los Angeles, any type of Chicago, New York, even the most ghettoest hoods and the most ghettoest apartments don't compare to that house in that Philistines, man. You know, and yeah, you are then it is reality check on, and it reality checks you. Yeah, you got a small spot. It's not big enough, quite big enough, but at least you could at least there's no water running through the middle of the hallway, and it's just constantly being like that unless you manually with a bucket pull the water out. You know, it can always be worse. And as you can see, just how small his area was, and how he himself was like, look, this is how we living. You know what I'm saying? So be thankful if you have something better than that. And what did that do? The most important message behind that video, in my opinion, is that he showed that he was still happy. He was still mentally stable. He was still mentally stable. You know what I'm saying? And he had the children, and they were smiling. It is what it is. It's slavery. You're gonna get your hell. You're gonna go through whatever the Lord got stationed for you because of your sin. We all know what's up. You know? So, like that dude showed, he displayed gratefulness, gratitude. To be grateful, he displayed that. So what do you have to say? What do we have to say? We have nothing to say besides, hey, Tawali Yabashima Shah, for what it is you did give me. And of course, we ask the Heavenly Father to bless us more. But when you look up the word grateful in the etymology, it says pleasing to the mind, full of gratitude. All right? So it says agreeable, pleasant, to favor. So that's how we put it. With the fact that the Most High Yabashima Shah gave us this truth, it's just the ultimate. That's it right there. The ultimate. And later on, as judgment take place in the earth, then we're gonna really be grateful and thankful for choosing, for the Heavenly Father choosing us. You're gonna really be thankful when there's an angel protecting you. You're gonna really be thankful when there's food. The Heavenly Father God giving you food when there's no food to be found. The Heavenly Father giving you water when there's no water to be found. We're gonna be thankful, man. We're gonna be happy that the Heavenly Father had mercy on us. But right now, man, you're going to go through whatever the hell you're going to go through to teach you whatever you need to learn, and also to punish you for your sin. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's still all praise Yahweh Shemel Shai. Just as Job said, and Job said it. He said he thankful for, should not he receive of the Heavenly Father good and evil? That's what he said. And all this did not Job sin with his lips. That's how the verse ends. You know? So Job is a perfect example that of being grateful, even if you catching, you going through it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, brothers, we catch hell, we going through, we dealing with it, and we complain, and that's natural, man. All right? It's natural to complain. If you freaking step on a nail, you're gonna scream naturally. If you getting oppressed and you catching hell, you're gonna naturally complain. But we cannot be over complaining, or we cannot be charging the Heavenly Father or thinking negative towards the Heavenly Father because of what we're going through. Nah, we have to continually remain grateful. Matter of fact, if you read in when you read in Psalms 100 verse 4, it says, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. Woo! And all of us has walked, you call yourself enter into the straight gates. You didn't walk into the gate of where the courts of the Heavenly Father. Well, it said when you walk in the gates, walk in with thanksgiving. All praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. It is what it is. Pray to the Lord when you're going through your hell. He said cast your burdens upon him. Pray to the Heavenly Father and keep it moving. Keep your mind in gratitude, pleasing. At the end of the day, man, whatever you're going through, just being thankful that you still got the truth is where it's at. And remember, brothers, that we all going through this together. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to soldier up about everything. Soldier up. Pray if you need something. Pray if you need something. Work towards it if you need something. You know? And bless the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And one of the things I was thinking about, because I was listening also to the elder brother Yasha Wamba's video, where it was he was responding to another brother, and it was called what was it called? It was called the Heavenly Father gives us what we need, not what we want. And that was another spark to why I'm doing this lesson. And that video, go check that video out. Go check that video out, because at one of the points that was running through my head as I was listening to it is that this is mental health. This is sanity. What the brother is talking about is it's for your mental health. It's for your sanity. To have gratitude is for your mental health. Okay? Because now, when you're showing forth the gratitude, you're releasing yourself from holding on to the pleasures and the things that you really want to do. You're releasing yourself from that. So you're not struggling in your mind with the things that you desire to do and knowing that you can't do them. A lot of times we still, like the brother was saying, the elder brother Yashua was saying, we be sitting there holding on to the things that we want to do, and we know that the Heavenly Father is holding it back from us, and we be complaining and stressing ourselves out about it. Stressing our minds out about it. And let me put it like this for you. You in one side of the Heavenly Father's ear, you're praying to the Lord to keep you from evil, keep you from wickedness, keep you from going against the Heavenly Father. You praying to the Heavenly Father for that. And then when the Heavenly Father answers it by not giving you the things that would destroy you, your lust, your pleasures, your desires, he don't give you the things that you desire, then you start complaining and angrily and getting upset. You see how that works? You see how that's you're basically going against your own prayer? Because you asking the Most High to help you, but then on the other end, as the Most High help you, He taking away the things that would distract you, that'll get you out the spirit. You're complaining about those things because those are the things you desire. See, we got to be, all of us have to be careful of that. Now, I'm not perfect. I got to be more grateful. But I'm thankful for Yahweh Shemel Shai, regardless of anything, man. I'm happy to be here. You know? And that's the attitude we got to carry. You know? Because, hey, you got Jake in this thing that ain't thankful. Matter of fact, when you read Romans 1:21, it says, because that when they knew the Heavenly Father, they glorified Him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. If you don't show a lack of, if you don't show a sense of gratitude and being appreciative to the Heavenly Father, then guess what? He'll darken your mind. Like, this nigga don't deserve nothing. He ain't thankful at all. And in that elder brother, Yahshua Ahmad's video, the brother was showing, he was going into the accounting of the manna. And when he was going through that account, I was getting mad at Jake. I was like, man, I can't stand Jake. What kind of nigga is that? Unthankful nigga. To be unthankful, that's a terrible flaw. You know, it's like nobody want to deal with a person who's not thankful. You know? This Colossians 3:15, it says, and let the peace of the Heavenly Father rule in your hearts, to the which also you are called in one body, and be ye thankful. The scriptures literally commands us to be thankful. And that is a manner and a custom of Israel anyway. That is, to be thankful is a part of having excellent character anyway. But it's a law, it's written in the scriptures, to be ye thankful. You know? So, going back to that video clip, it could always be worse, bros. The Heavenly Father can have it worse. You know what I'm saying? And knowing what the Most High gave you, it is what it is. This is my last point here. I've said this before, but you have to think of it like this. We're all of us brethren are at a card table, getting ready to play cards, and the Heavenly Father is the dealer. And the Heavenly Father dealt to every man his cards upside down. And all of us, when all the cards was dealt out, all of us flipped over those cards, and then from that point forth, whatever your hand was what you had to deal with. So this literally, we're in the Heavenly Father's card game, and you better, and all of us just should be thankful to Yahweh Shemel Shai that He even passed us some cards, because majority of people ain't even at this table playing cards. Hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Brakatham. It could always be worse, brothers. Be thankful to Yahweh Shemel Shai, and Shalom.
Consider yourself very lucky because you got a roof over your head. You can manage to eat 3 times a day. You have your family to support you whenever you needed them. There are people like me and all these guys who's living in a rat hole, right? We're waiting for that opportunity, and yet that opportunity is not there yet. So, you know, you cannot complain about, oh, your car is this old, you know, you have an old television set. Man, you guys are so lucky. I mean, if you're going to put yourself in our situation, you probably would not survive in a week. You know, but us, poverty, you see the way we're living, water, we have no drainage. You see how small my room is. And yet, every day we persevere. Every morning we say, Lord, give us more strength and energy so we can survive for the day. You know, we have to find work. We have to find that opportunity, which you guys already have. And yet for us, we're still waiting for God to give us that opportunity. Be thankful of what you got. Have that satisfaction in your life. You know, because if you're going to reflect on your own life compared to us, you guys are very lucky. So we wish to see you back here in the Philippines. Keep it safe and be happy. Did you ever notice? He noticed it. Like, all the kids out here are very happy, regardless. Regardless, we don't have much money, but and yet we can manage to smile.